Jarvis, Managing Director, Yamaha Motor Racing. 2008 was the team's best season so far. Do you think you can better it in 2009?
It's not easy, I think. 2008 we had a fantastic year. As you said, it's the team's best year ever because we won the 3 titles of the Triple Crown and Jorge won the Best Rookie. So frankly, it's impossible to better it because it's impossible to do Best Rookie more than once. But we will do our maximum again to try to win the Triple Crown, and I think we can have a fantastic year, and hopefully we will see Jorge. The best way we could, should we say, do better would be to finish 1-2. So we will try.
Do you expect to see Jorge challenging Valentino for the championship in 2009?
It would be nice to see both of our riders challenging for the championship. Obviously, Valentino, we expect to be there again, trying to get his 9th title. Jorge will be in his 2nd year with us in the MotoGP. Last year he finished 4th, Best Rookie, and I would love to see a 1-2 finish. If we get a 1-2 finish, that automatically means that Jorge must be challenging for the championship. I think it will not be easy because Valentino has a lot of experience. The other competition will be tough, but he will be trying, and we will be happy to see our riders fighting for race victories together.
If this is the case, is Valentino still going to be #1? Would Yamaha overemploy team orders in the event of a close title fight between the two?
I think in the team at the moment, as I said, Jorge in only his 2nd year, and Vale will begin, next year will be his, I think his 6th year with Yamaha. So obviously Valentino automatically will start the year as the #1 in the team. But both riders have equal opportunity in our team, that's our system. If they're challenging for the title together, there will not be team orders. Because if they're really challenging the 2 of them for the #1 plate, we must be fair, we must be equal, and may the best man win.
Fiat have stayed with the team for a 3rd year. Was it your first choice to continue with them as title sponsor?
Yeah, we're very happy that Fiat stayed with us. You know, we've signed a new 2-year agreement with Fiat, and this is great news because when we started 2 years ago, it was quite radical to have a car manufacturer, especially an Italian car manufacturer, supporting a Japanese motorcycle manufacturer. I think we delivered great results for Fiat. I think it's been very good for the championship, and we're really happy, especially in these difficult times of crisis around the world, and especially in the car industry. It's a sign of confidence in our team and also MotoGP that Fiat stayed. And to be honest, yes, Fiat was always our #1 choice. Of course, if you have a good relationship with a partner, you want to continue that in the future. And many of our other partners will be with us as well. So it's a sign of confidence in the team.
The global economic situation has affected all levels of motorsport, including F1, Rally, and now MotoGP with the withdrawal of Kawasaki. What do you think about this, and are you concerned about the shrinking numbers of riders on the MotoGP grid? What needs to change in order to attract more teams to MotoGP?
Well, it's a big question. Of course, if I look at the withdrawals, basically it started at the end of December when almost one after another. Firstly, Honda stopped, then Suzuki, Subaru and Rally, and then finally, unfortunately, Kawasaki. It's a sign of the times that these big factories are pulling out of the top sports disciplines. Fortunately, our position is, as Yamaha is a little different. We are facing the crisis as much as anybody else. But our team and project was very successful, and that's why I think, let's say, we can and will continue into the future because it's a very important tool for Yamaha for its marketing. With regards to the number of bikes on the grid in the MotoGP, of course I'm concerned. I'd rather not see the global recession. I'd rather see the teams prospering. I'd rather see, let's say, in excess of 20, 22, 24 bikes on the grid. We have to face the reality as it is, and I sincerely hope that the Kawasaki bikes will stay, and ideally will be at least 19 or 20 bikes on the grid. We have to really seriously rethink, though, for the future how we can further grow the health of the sport.
How do you think MotoGP can change to keep itself as the most important motorcycle championship in the current climate? What budget minimizing restrictions would you suggest?
I think when you have times of economic difficulty and recession, you know, everybody has to rethink. And that includes Dorna, I think, it includes the FIM, it includes the manufacturers, the private teams, the riders. Everybody has to think about how we can, should we say, minimize the negative effects and look forward to the future growth. I think the immediate cost-cutting measures that are proposed by the MSMA is a good start. Already this year we reduced a lot the winter tests. We're going to reduce further the testing and the practice times throughout the season. There are proposals for 2010 to make important changes in the technical specifications, and I think all these things will be essential. Cost-cutting, however, is only one story. You know, cost-cutting, in some ways, it's I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's an action in a negative sense to try to reduce something. But we have to look for how we can grow the income, because the other way to balance costs is to make sure that the sport becomes more commercially attractive and that the show becomes something that's more in demand. And the more revenue we have, we can see really long-term growth. I think we need sensible cost-cutting, serious cost-cutting, but also we need to really look for revenue growth to grow the sport.
Yamaha, as a manufacturer, was opposed to the single-tire rule. Has your opinion changed given the financial crisis and the fact that the new tire rule has reduced testing costs?
That's an interesting question. Indeed, Yamaha as a manufacturer was against the single tire rule, but that was primarily because our philosophy as a corporation is free competition, free challenge, free spirit. However, although Yamaha was officially against the mono-tire rule, the team was not. The team was pro the mono-tire rule because, of course, there are different issues at stake. So, frankly, I have personally always supported the mono-tire rule, and I think now we are starting to see some of the benefits already. As you said, there will be some of the reduction in the testing time. I think that there will be a more fair competition amongst all of the riders, having equal opportunity, at least on tyres. I think some of the satellite teams will benefit by that as well. So, in my opinion, it will be seen finally as a good decision for the sport.
Does MotoGP remain an important marketing tool for Yamaha Motor Co. in the current economic climate? How can Yamaha justify its MotoGP spend when budgets are being slashed and jobs are being lost?
Yeah, that's one of the big questions, of course, at the moment, as we've seen the withdrawals we talked about earlier from some of the other manufacturers in different sports. And as we've also discussed, there is a lot of pressure on costs on all of our business. We are very fortunate that, I would say, firstly, we were fortunate to be successful for the brand last year, but also several times in recent years. And Yamaha is very much a marketing-oriented company, and we've really seen the benefit in the last, maybe especially in the last 5 or 6 years. We've seen the integration of MotoGP into a lot of our promotions worldwide. And so there is a real support, even under pressure from the Yamaha network. There's a real support to continue MotoGP. And only last week, our president, Mr. Kajikawa, made a statement in Japan to the media where he said that we will continue in racing, and especially in the MotoGP, because the activities we do in the MotoGP, he said, is like the beat of a war drum for the company. And I think if you've got a president giving you that much support, then it's fantastic, and it's up to us to deliver the promise, but I'm quite confident that Yamaha will stay in MotoGP. Thank you.